Hello and welcome to yet another edition of the program Inside Abuja. This is another opportunity to explore happenings in the Federal Capital Territory Administration in the past 1 week. And I am your host, Joy Igoche. Do well to stay tuned into this program as we go on a short break where I show you some of the history of Abuja. Alright, you're welcome back to the program. The Islamic Council of Nigeria led a delegation on a courtesy visit to the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Barrister NYESOM Wike. High points of their visitation was to discuss about certain plots of land, plot 66 and plot 99, of which the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory has assured them of premium support to ensure that their needs are attended to. At this meeting between the Federal Capital Territory Administration (FCTA) and a delegation from Abuja National Mosque Management Committee, the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Barrister NYESOM Wike, debunked strongly the notion that his administration is allegedly working against Islamic religious alignment.
This meeting is very important because it will clarify so many things. It will clarify so many insinuations. And knowing that in a political setup like this, you hear a lot of stories. First of all, I want to start from when I was governor. There was a day it was rumored that I instructed the demolition of the mosque. In politics, people take advantages of everything.
Yeah. Sentiments.
In fact, the former governor of Ekiti State and former chairman of the Board of Governors had to fly down to Port Harcourt. And behold, he found that there was not even the existence of a mosque, not to talk about demolition of a mosque. Again, you see it as politics. People would like to bandit all kinds of things in order to curry favor. Let me say, with all amount of respect, the president of the Supreme Council of Islamic Affairs, His Eminence, the Sultan of Sokoto, is one person, particularly me, have a high regard. I don't see him as a senior brother, I see him as a father. And so anything that has to do with Islamic affairs, and which is the president, you know that I will always give support. I will always give support. Some of us are not praise singers. You hardly will see me Christmas, Salah period. I hardly go out and see people, but people will say, you see, he didn't come to see me in Salah. That means he's not happy with us. He didn't come to see me Christmas period, you see. He's not happy with us. No, it had nothing to do with that. You have said here that it was President Olusegun Obasanjo that launched the P Fund, yes, for the support of the National Mosque and declared the National Mosque as a national monument, which is in the FCT, the headquarters. There's no government, not one, that will hesitate not to support the maintenance of a national monument, be it Islam, be it Christian. It is not. You cannot. Because all of us were in authority. Every day we say, may God help us. May God help us. If we say, may God help us, what are the centers of worship of that God you call to help you? If that center of worship is not there, how then you begin to say, may God help us? So you also have a role to make sure that center of worship is still maintained well for the worship of God. So let me declare to you here, sir, whatever assistance you think, which the previous administration or authority have been helping, if we do not surpass it, we'll continue to do that. We'll continue to do that. Let me tell you the issue of giving notice or notices about continuation of law plots. So many people give readings to everything. We're talking about crime. You know, most of these uncompleted projects is where you see criminals take advantage. When they attack, they don't know they have no house where you can go and locate them. They go to these uncompleted buildings and try to. I don't know which plot is owned by who, because I don't know. All I say, look, in order to fight crime and change the landscape of the city, we will not allow uncompleted buildings. Therefore, those who have their go now and start completing. And we know the finances of religious groups. They are handicapped, they are not business people. It's only when people come to support. In such areas, we can say, okay, for religious grants, we can say, okay, instead of 3 months, we can give you additional time. But it is not targeted at anybody or any group, but that we want to fight crime. Now you have come and explained this to anybody. Which reasonable man will not accept it? So our people should stop this issue. Oh, he's targeting a social group. He's targeting a social religion. He's targeting a social ethnic group. No. It is for the interest of all of us.
The leader of the visiting delegation, who is also the Esu of Nupe, His Royal Highness Alhaji Yahya Abubakar, pleaded with the minister to grant the committee more time to develop plots of land allocated to it by the FCTA.
We are very glad and happy when the authority of Islamic took it upon itself to actually administer or support the maintenance and sustenance of these elephants. We are very happy. To that effect, we have been given certain support, financially and otherwise, to maintain the mosque. We are here also to inform the Honorable Minister that we received with the whole heart the information on our properties that we actually got from this authority, that is plot 99 and 63. Is among the plots that have been given the mandate or marching order to develop within the next 3 months. So, but we need to inform the Honorable Minister that plot 99 is receiving a very, very serious attention, knowing our organization that we need to apply and sort of look for proper investors to come and invest in our property. So we have done a marvelous job on that, and actually the plans are already being concluded and approved also. So we developed the plan and then approved, and are only waiting for the investor to come and start work on plot 99, which will be developed as soon as, inshallah. However, plot 63, we have a problem with that area. If the Honorable Minister can visualize the position of this 63, just opposite Yardua Center, that plot is 63. We got CO4 on that plot. Even the 99 already got in the CO4 on that. We got CO4 on 63. However, when we're about to start work on that, we got information from the authority here that we should hold on, because according to the master plan of that area, there's this road, they call it Inner Northern Expressway.
Okay, yeah.
They are passing through.
Okay.
So part of that road will be consumed by this plant. Hence, we cannot develop further. So we hold on and then hoping that the authority will come and give us directives. Because not the total area that is being covered by that road network, part of it. So we are hoping that by the time that portion is being excised from the main airport, we will be able to know what remains and then how to be compensated by the authority. So, Excellency, we are please creating in order to please let us have the position of the authority on that plot 63. Inshallah, we will continue with the directives or instruction that we get by you. The other aspect is the continuation of rehabilitation and renovation of the National Mosque. Last year, I think the company known as Mrs. A&K Construction Limited were given the contract to carry out some renovation works and rehabilitation of the mosque. The work suddenly stopped. Don't know what happened, but we are hoping to continue. Because we even got information on the amount that were actually voted for that
by the authority.
Wike urged these clerics to utilize their platform to propagate unity and peaceful coexistence. Joy Igoche, ITV News. Also, the Director of Security Services in the Federal Capital Territory Administration, Mr. ADAMU GWARY, has x-rayed the issues of one-chance crime in the FCT, as well as the rumors of organ disappearance.
One chance is a vehicular-borne crime that usually victims have been lured, or when you enter a vehicle, They will take you to a destination that is not designated or where you ask them to, or go to a secured place and dispossess you of your valuables, and sometimes push the victim from a moving vehicle. And as such, the FCT administration is really worried about this phenomenon. It is something that with good measures in place to curtail such thing, it is something that we can handle and stop it. First and foremost, on Friday, 13th of this month, the Honorable Minister met with all the head of security agencies in the FCT, and one of the issues discussed is the prevalence of the one chance. Measures are discussed from long, medium, and short-term measures as regard to curtailing the problem of the vehicular-borne crime, which is one chance, and the measures that are directly the responsibility of security agencies are equally discussed. The Commissioner of Police, who lead the security agencies, brief the Honorable Minister on measures that they have in place. 3 weeks ago, you would recall that the Commissioner of Police led a team, joint task team, coded Operation Safe FCT, Operation Sweep FCT, which basically they are looking at the issue of unregistered commercial vehicles and those who are operating outside the realm of the transportation sector, particularly those who operated from illegal garages and those who pick passengers at undesignated places. All those things are measures that are put in place to ensure that the prevalence of this one chance is being brought to the barest minimum or even stop. The Honorable Minister, having had the brief on the issue of the one chance prevalence, which is disturbing the residents, directed all the security agencies to ensure that by Wednesday, that is tomorrow, 18th, they must come with a template of operation which to address the prevalence of the one chance, whom he gave them a marching order that within the next 2 weeks he must see a result. And they give him the assurance that they will do everything possible to ensure that they turn the tide against those criminal elements perpetrating such type of inhuman treatment on the residents of the FCT. Not only dispossessing them of their valuables, but sometimes maiming them and even pushing them from a moving vehicle. So such things, the Commissioner of Police, who led the security agencies, assured the Honorable Minister that they will do everything possible to ensure that these measures are in place and the nature of crime has been stopped.
Okay, thank you very much. So a few days ago, the Secretary of Command and Control Units, he joined this DRTS for a particular operation around Wike, and they arrested one suspected driver who they say is an alleged one chance operator because he had this dagger, very,
Yes.
big dagger. And in one of the operations too, they also discovered somebody who was with a strangler in his vehicle. So aside those axes, is there any hot spots that FCT residents should watch out for? Like, what would you tell the average FCT resident out there to watch out for?
We always call on the FCT resident to be security conscious. Even if within a security cycle, there are other places that where if a normal human appearance will tell you something is wrong with certain settings. So it's not to say that there is a particular place that those things are present, but actually there are some few locations that we always have the report of this kind of cases. But our call to FCT residents is to avoid lonely places, to avoid boarding vehicle in undesignated location. Let us try as much as we can to move to a location where even if you boarded the vehicle, God forbid, if you happen to be some of those elements, it is easy for us to have a track of such persons. So my advice to FCT residents is, first, to be security conscious. 2, to avoid lonely places. Try as much as we can to avoid a situation whereby you will board a vehicle that you are not even comfortable with the content. Some of them operated with tinted glasses, or even in some cases we had a report where they will wind down the glass that you will not see the tinted until when you enter, then they will wind up the glass that nobody will see what is going on inside the vehicles. So people should be wary of all these kind of antics. We always avoid a situation where we find ourselves in a compromising location where we cannot explain when things happen to us. So those are the things that I'm calling on the FCT resident to watch out for. Be very, very watchful about the vehicle you bought. Be very, very careful about the location you find yourself. Always be watchful. Yeah, I told you that on Friday we had a security meeting. Those are the components that have been highlighted. In most cases where you find that some of the elements are not resident in the FCT. When they come in, you find that they use their vehicle as their place of abode. At the end of the day, they will remain inside the vehicle, and the influx of such element from the neighboring state is equally high. And therefore, during the late hours of the day, the Commissioner of Police directed that such locations that where vehicles are parked and that they found that people are sleeping inside, they should take necessary measures to curtail this kind of development. When you look at it from this perspective, it means some of the criminal elements are coming from the neighboring states to perpetrate their crime and go back. And therefore, measures are equally in place. The technical content of such measures are left for the security operatives to handle.
Away from one chance now, can you give us a little brief about this organ disappearance?
Yes. Well, the issue, disturbing report of organ disappearance equally was discussed during the meeting. And based on the information we received, some or many of such situations, in fact, the Commissioner of Police during his briefing after the meeting informed the press that 68 arrests of such who raised this kind of false alarms were made. And out of those 68, all of them, none have confirmed or proved beyond reasonable doubt that such incident happened or the organ is lost. Out of the 68 so far arrested. You know, this thing was reported first sometimes in first week of August, and from August to this period, even this morning, 2 of such elements were arrested by police operatives. And the meeting discussed extensively about the antics of those who are, because they may have certain motives behind those things. Sometimes we discover that some of the victims and the accused are all the same group. So it means there is a syndicate. What the meeting discussed and confirmed is these are majorly perpetrated by certain group of persons in a syndicate form, where they keep on raising false alarm for whatever reason best known to them. They have certain motives, maybe to cause chaos and cause a problem within the security system. That notwithstanding, none, I said none from the 68 so far arrested as at Friday, 13th October 2023, none has confirmed the organ is missing.
Okay, so what is going to be done to those people raising this false alarm?
Definitely the law will take its course. Those that the investigation has been concluded, will definitely be charged to court for mischief making and intent to cause unrest within the Federal Capital City. So those are particular persons, those whose investigation are concluded, they will be charged to court as most appropriate.
Okay, finally, what's your advice to FCT residents today?
As always, when I have the opportunity, I call on FCT residents to be part of the security system. On the ground, that they see something, say something. Security is everybody's business. And whenever we found anything that of a questionable character, an individual with that questionable character, suspicious person or suspicious movement, report to the nearest security formation. Whenever we see them cooperate with security forces, the possibility of addressing this kind of crime is high. But when everybody keeps to himself that it's none of my business, there will be a time when it becomes your own business. We don't pray for anybody to fall a victim of this kind of crime, but we call on FCT residents to keep on cooperating with the security forces, give timely and accurate information about what you see that you are not comfortable with. With this, I'm sure the level of crime will reduce. The FCT residents, honestly, I have to doff my hat for them. Recently, there are so many media reports, individuals coming out to raise some issues which, in most cases, when investigated, and it will be addressed as most appropriate.
This is the size of the package on this episode of the program Inside Abuja. Do well to join us same time next week for another thrilling episode. I remain your host, Joy Igoche. Bye for now.